Oh, camera. Oh my gosh, I didn't check to make sure the camera worked. Hey, how about that? Let's see what I can do with this real quick. Studio mode, camera only. Deactivate. Activate. Sometimes that works. How about that? Okay. Now we can go. Cut this off too. Okay, let's go.
Wow, so someone's been a little boring.
What?
Yes, my standard liege. Someone's seen all sorts of wild ideas pop off and thought, I'll take the boring one. The regular, please. The brown.
But I like boring. What is this? Picking on me for not being crazy enough?
No need to be defensive. The regularity, the brownness, the cut and dry have their appeal. A very standard appeal.
I like standards.
Of course you do. Maybe some regulations and a usual pistol to go with them. It's official. My lord's coppo type is regular cop.
Coppo type.
I'll let everyone know. I'll send out a telefax. Good.
Nah. You don't know. You don't know me.
The compact tape, there's no fixing this one. Best find.
Well, shit. Oh yeah, I need to go buy a tape player now. Another door. We'll get to that. Let's go. Struggling with the door. Okay. What should I level? Let's get strong. Oh. Loud. Good morning.
Yes?
Nothing. Oh, I was gonna find out if I should take the bird or not.
Can I help you?
Let's
Got the
pick.
20 real? Good. You got the room for the night.
Uh-oh. Money's gonna start being a problem soon. Okay, let's go get the tape player. Run around with this crowbar. It's okay. That's why you have the second room option. It's when you can't afford to stay in the first room.
Hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything. Yeah, we still have those boom boxes on the shelves.
Yeah, I'm supposed to select it.
The boomboxes wait on the...
And here you are.
There we go.
Hello. Let me know if I can help you with
It's the
anything.
boombox I bought. Should play this tape, right?
Of course. It's in working order still, isn't it? Just pick your tape and set it spinning.
Sounds exciting. Oh yeah, this one more thing.
Hello. Let me know if I... Sure thing. Sure, man.
There's nothing new there. Might have to let the dog out in a minute. Doesn't sound pleased. Eh. Let's go. that one. Where the fuck? Oh, there it is.
The porter reel is just what you needed. The reels attach to the apparatus with a satisfying click. The tape is rooted behind the magnetic reader.
Play the tape.
You push Command Set, and the tape starts spinning. Violent static and machine sounds fill the air.
I don't expect it to be a happy tape.
This isn't Revachol. This is a fucking village. I can almost see the elephants.
The harbor. That's the son of a Kvalson crane.
Uh-huh.
When this shit is done, I'm gonna tear that place up. Soldier of the Apocalypse style. Kill shit. Dogs and chickens too.
Sounds like he was one of society's finest.
Gonna run a room, Cordy. A real nice one. I don't give a shit. I'm fucking done. I'll fucking do them all in. Rape that disco cunt on the counter. You know, the dance a whore upstairs. Do it Kohoi style.
Yeah, but let's talk about what you wanted to do, or as a threat. Doesn't mean you did it.
Never did get that taste out of my mouth.
The lieutenant presses the button marked Arrête on your porter reel. The tape stops spinning.
What was that at the very end?
End of recording.
What do you think?
It seemed authentic enough. Probably recorded off the shortwave, then edited to seem more incriminating. He sounded like he was on patrol around the harbor walls.
He also sounded drunk.
Still,
The lieutenant looks at the tape. You are familiar with this look now. It's his look of suspicion. Who's this Cordy?
Corty could be short for Cortenard, one of the other mercenaries, the one he was talking to. Probably the mountain at the harbor gates.
Mr.
Right to Work.
What's Kohoi?
A village on the Samaran Isola, in South Safre. Grad committed war crimes there, the kind of thing he talks about.
Think he was there?
Who knows? Maybe the tattoos would have an answer. We would need to know the story of this man's service.
What now?
I think we've got a few more questions for class here, don't you? This seems to contrast.
Gotcha. What else do we want to look at while we're here? Jacket from the dumpster.
As you hold it in your hands, it makes an uncomfortable crunching sound.
How'd it get so disgusting?
It's a sordid, filthy tale, not for the weak.
Sure.
Some secrets are better left uncovered. Don't even try.
Let's go.
It occurs to you that you're not even holding the jacket itself, but rather the thick crust of jetsam and seagull shit that ensconces it.
Mm-hmm.
It smells like a dead sea creature, tangled in grey strands of seaweed. It must have spent quite some time in the water before the tide deposited it ashore.
Uh-huh. Yay, an update Stream Deck. That way it'll work again. Gross.
Why? Why did you think about it? Look at your hands. They're covered in muck.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're just flicking that shit everywhere. This is a disaster. You'll never get the smell out.
Everywhere. What else? A book. I'll read it later. Another book too.
The library card is
Already did that.
a police badge on which you see the photo of a man. Some seaweed is stuck to the back.
Oh, do not close OBS 64. I found my badge.
At least something good came out of all this.
See if that still works though. No, I've got to restart the stream to do that though. Choices. But I can do it really fast. Ready? I'll be back in like 1 minute. And we're back. I need to let the dog out, so I'm going to go AFK for just a minute. I'll be back in a moment. Okay, hey, it works now. No, my camera off button still doesn't work. Oh, that's disappointing. Move on, though. Study the badge.
Encased between two durable plastic sheets is a bluish card with lines of information and a watermark in the shape of the street grid of Revachol West.
Camera only visibility, it should work. Why don't you work? Weird. Move on.
You see a photo, a name, a rank, a document number, the date of issue, and, in the lower right corner, your precinct.
Mm-hmm. Picture.
The man keeps winking at you with his green-gray eyes. The photo is old, no doubt about that.
Mm-hmm. Old.
8, maybe 10 years. The guy in the picture is rather good-looking. He's got a nice haircut and is distinctly lacking in massive sideburns.
Ooh, I think I might have fixed it. Hang on. And he's winking. Why?
What do you think? His face is already contorted by the expression, although it looks less grotesque on him than it did on you.
Indeed. And you.
It looks like you had quite the charming face way back then. Your hair is brown and slightly curly. Your eyes seem more clear somehow. Don't be fooled. The bad times have already begun. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information on it, and a shining watermark.
Name. Harrier Dubois.
Harrier? That's long for Harry. So you are Harry. Evrard was half right. Probably not a lot of people know your full name. Whoever told him you're Harry Dubois didn't.
What kind of name is Harrier?
It's a wartime name. Revolutionary. The kind mothers give their sons during troubled times. Like Undying or Boxer or Ironhide.
Right.
It's meant to keep you safe from bullets, hunger, shrapnel, kidnappings, and worse.
I will take it.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, Harrier Dubois.
The badge in your hands shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information.
And Kim just rolling at it like usual. Rank.
Lieutenant W. Freighter.
And what's that?
The lieutenant is a rank above sergeant and below captain. It's the highest rank in the RCM that still does field work. I am a lieutenant.
And W. Freighter?
The title of Freighter is added to your rank when you decline a promotion to a higher rank. In your case, captain. You have declined twice, thus you're W. Freighter. There are many reasons one would do this. The rank above you in your precinct's décomptage might be taken, or sometimes promoted officers do not want to replace their superiors out of respect. And sometimes they just prefer the type of police work available to their current rank, in your case, lieutenant.
I mean, not everybody wants to move up. What's a décomptage?
Décomptage is the hierarchical system employed by the Revachol Citizens Militia. It means counting down to twos.
Okay.
The lowest rank is junior officer, usually teenagers. Then there are the patrol officers, then sergeants, lieutenants, and then a captain. That's basically it, except for a few kings.
What kings?
Kings like satellite officers and the additionally a freighter rank I already explained.
The long and short of it is, you're his superior.
So, if you've been putting up with me because I'm your superior?
No, I've been putting up with you because despite an unconventional approach, you are doing good police work.
Not wrong. Still getting shit done. Just doing it in a weird way.
It matters more than driving your motor carriage into the sea. And now we've even found your badge.
He trusts you, for now. Try not to spoil it.
Thought my rank was drunk. Love how Kim's just rolling with it as usual.
Yes, apparently you've had a rather successful career in the past, and this leads me to believe maybe your current situation is only temporary.
Seems that way. I don't want to get better. I want to get worse.
I don't really know how to respond to that, Lieutenant W. Freighter.
Such a small yet precious thing. Expensive paper caught between thick plastic, like a fly in amber. It reads...
Cereal.
That's just the serial number. Revachol, Jamrock, Precinct 41, with some numbers thrown in there for good measure.
Fair enough. Date of issue.
4 months ago. I'm guessing that's when you were promoted to the rank of Lieutenant W. Freighter.
Yes,
A new badge usually comes with a new rank. You seem to have been doing well then.
indeed.
The pain in your chest tells you you were working yourself to death to earn that rank.
Probably were.
The case created a lot of edge you have to take off. The death march really gets us going. A lot can happen in 4 months, especially in winter. The winters are never easy on you. Of that you are sure.
Precinct 41.
Yes, it's the designation of your precinct. 41, like mine says 57. The 57th is mostly industrial harbor, a lot of asphalt. The 41st is... It's a tough station to work in. You have all of Jamrock to cover. That district should have 3 precincts, but money is what it is. But then again, it's a legendary district, and a hell of a station too. It must be an honor and a curse to work with people like Price, McCoy, Berdiaeva.
Indeed. I can hit this button anywhere in the room.
He knew all those people, although they're not from his station. They must be big.
Must be.
The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information on it, and a shining watermark.
Oh, my layout got screwed up. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Put it away. Let's move on. We have someone to interview. We have tape. Did tape. What's this? Admirers. I like his jacket.
That's one brutal motor carriage.
If I were a real skull now, I'd jack it, paint it in palm tree livery, then bottom light it, neon style.
Interesting.
A snazzy shit-ripped skullmobile like this would make a fine trophy. We could, hang fucking shrunken heads from the side mirrors. Cops' heads. Scary tribal shit.
These little dots on the bottom of these profiles might just be UI design. Like where my mouse cursor is. There's a little gray dot in the corner of their picture. I don't know if it means anything.
Yeah, tribal shit. A cop carriage like this would have proper skull value.
While I appreciate the interest you take in my brutal motor carriage, I have to stop you right there. The RCM takes threats directed at its property seriously.
It's just theoretical work,
Of course.
Copper. No basis in reality. Man, if we were certified skulls right now,
Who are you?
I can tell you who we're not, cop. We're not snitches or skulls.
which is not to say that the skulls are bitches and on the contrary.
It's interesting. That's the only word in this game that's censored.
The part of this presentation you want to take home with you, cop man, is we're not part of the skulls yet.
Well, because of any of the things that you would censor, this one's probably the most offensive. So who are the skulls?
You don't know? What kind of cop are you?
I'm glad you asked.
The question was rhetorical. The skulls are the most vicious gang of the Besmertne.
The nastiest bunch of psychos ever. Jacking carriages and getting into high-speed chases.
Uh-huh. Go on.
Possessing an infinite amount of fuck-all swagger, infamous for their non-verbal modus operandi.
Non-verbal.
If a skull spots you, He will pull out his dagger and stab you without saying a word.
Okay.
The lieutenant's voice is as calm as usual, a testament to the violence and death he's witnessed through the sight of his firearm.
Well, this game in particular is rather non-violent. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of violence in this world. A lot. It's probably pretty brutal, too.
They usually occupy the burnt-out quarter in Jamrock, or you can find them loitering around their brightly painted bottom-lighted vehicles.
I can't wait to become a skull. Bottom lights are wretched aggressive.
Know anything about the murder?
Murder?
A man was hanged.
Yeah, sure. We'll gladly tell you everything we know about it. It was a man.
Fair enough.
Also, he was hanged.
Anything else?
He was hanged from a tree.
Yeah, I mean...
These punks don't know anything. Let's just move on.
Being honest.
Hey, stop right there. How does one know anything?
What does that mean?
Fucking philosophy, man. You can do aggressive shit with philosophy. Justify shit.
Okay. You know Cindy the Skull?
Oh yeah, Cindy's a right proper skull.
Yeah, a true artist of the future. Just like Arno van Eyck.
Right.
By the way, if you see Cindy, give her our regards.
He adds, returning from whatever void he was just visiting.
The lieutenant on your left is unusually lenient toward them.
Because they're just freaking kids. I see you kids are into Unedited dance music.
Oh man, yeah. We're not fucking kids, man.
Be wary of the abyss.
The blonde friend adds ominously and points to his temple.
Probably because of how non-verbal their mode of operation is going to be. It's a threat.
Right, good. I like those.
But I don't. In fact, I dislike them so much I'm willing to drag you boys.
Hey, there's no need for that. We're just talking here.
Yeah, didn't you cops, have some questions about skulls or some shit?
Why aren't there more in Martinez?
The Union does their share of policing in Martinez, at least where gangs are concerned. That's why there isn't much organized crime around here.
That's because there's already a gang. It's called the Hardy Boys. And the Union's kind of corrupted itself, but really, it's them.
Don't you worry about that. We're gonna make up for the deficit.
Yeah, we are. We're not franchise skulls. Well, not yet. Once we get our name out there, we'll have a chance to join them.
What makes you think they'll accept you?
Because we can be just as psycho and vicious. You'll see.
But why?
But in a non-threatening and definitely legal way.
Yeah, they don't have that kind of... This is good.
We'll fuck the system from the inside later. Just be cool now. The damage will be tenfold.
Right on, fuck. So what's happening now?
Go on.
Mm-hmm.
Jackets?
What about them?
So, what does your jacket have? Piss written on it.
Well, first off, it's a statement and not necessarily something that characterizes me as a person, even though the statement has character. And I do like piss.
Careful there.
The word piss epitomizes the struggle taking place in the world. Things being defined as they seem, not as they are. And, I guess, it's also about communal spirit, the future, and truly appreciating our differences.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you've got to admit, it catches the eye.
There
And
you
since
go.
the Grand Piper is slowly but steadily moving towards basing the economy on it, attention, it is imperative that the medium itself convey the message.
You guys are too smart to be gangbangers. What?
What I mean by this is, we are all piss and that the world is inherently meaningless.
Okay, what about that jacket?
Like I said before, many men keep searching for the one, for so-called true love, which is actually just obsession masquerading as kinship. The thrill of the chase, the hollowness that fills your chest cavity after catching it. To catch a fish, you'll need to hurl the lure many times, and even then it isn't certain that you'll get anything. If you blow up the lake, though,
Load up.
you get more fish in a shorter time. And, for time is of the essence and fleeting ever so quickly, one must think of a way to fuck the whole world and not get caught up in fucking someone.
Exactly. Time is the only thing you cannot get back. Use it wisely. Continue.
Because when one fucks everything, he fucks nothing.
Everything.
And that, to me, feels glorious. Sticking your dick into the void.
Interesting description. Go on.
Is it a coincidence that here we have 2 badass jackets and 2 badass cops?
No. It is not. Hey, Kim.
Yes?
Think it's a coincidence?
What is?
There are 2 of us and 2 of these jackets.
What are you implying?
Which one would you wear?
I'm not sure I understand you, detective. Neither. Fine, if only to end this discussion. Theoretically, if I were a juvenile delinquent, if I were to already be down that path, I think peace is the stronger of the 2 statements.
That works. I feel like more of a fuck the world kind of guy.
Seems about right, especially considering your heroic exit attempt.
So are we done here? Or you don't need us around for your secret whisper party, do you?
I really don't care. Let's go. Okay. I'm fairly certain that it's probably for an achievement or something. Don't really care. Don't care about my reputation either. Okay, yeah, Klaus. Klasse? Klass? How the hell do you say that? Let's go. We have stuff to talk about. Like how I just run around with the crowbar. Gotta keep that little air of authority around you. So does money left around respawn? Doesn't look like it.
This medicine cabinet is stocked with...
We did make ourselves stronger though. We can break that door down. It'll be fun. Anyway, interview time.
Hello, officer. What brings you up here again?
That is Hardy gave us a recording where the deceased states his intention to commit rape. Actually, I'm going to let the dog back in. I'll be right back. And then we're going to get this rolling. Okay, dog's back. Let's go.
She puts her coffee cup down
Yeah.
with a soft ring as the porcelain meets the metal table.
Did he? I never said he was a good man, or that he had good intentions. Only that he was never bad to me.
Specifically identifies you.
Where did they get this recording exactly?
It's intercepted radio chatter of the deceased, recorded via a de-encryption station. It's authentic enough.
Does he say he's gonna do it Soldier of the Apocalypse style?
Yeah. Pretty sure he was just threatening.
Yeah. That was practically his pickup line.
A memory surfaces in her tired neocortex.
Interesting.
It's not entirely
Did he say whores a lot? Was he pretty much on the verge of doing it Kohoi style?
Yeah. Yeah, ahoy.
He wasn't actually there. He didn't do a tour, or at least didn't tell me he did. Would have been overkill anyway. He lived his own little kohoi. It wasn't his everything.
Locker room talk.
No, I'm pretty sure he did all those
But
things.
probably did do them.
And then had to internalize them to keep on living. Until they just sort of turn into his,
Sona.
running joke. I was gonna say running joke. And it sounds like you didn't even get the good bits. Lely's punchlines got way, way funkier than that.
Oh, I need to go get the dice. Kind of funny as the game goes on, I keep picking the more serious options. We need to get out of that.
It was like the Seminese conflict, the Kohoi massacre, and the 36 famine in Yezud all rolled into one person, then cast in Orani's ceramic armor, which he wore in bed and in the shower.
All the time? Seriously? Yeah, I've seen those kind of people. You really don't want to be around them. You really don't want to be around them. You like this kind of stuff?
We're all scraping up any happiness we can find, officer. Going around with our little scouring sticks. You, your first love, Mr. Kohoi here.
She's over here like, look around you. Seriously.
Did he tell you he had actually done any of those things? He and Martinez, I mean?
No. We were too busy laying waste to our own nervous systems to direct any of the fury outward. He seemed happy, I guess. At ease. As much as a man like him could be.
She said again and again, there was no rape.
Thank you for clearing that up, miss. Whenever you're ready. I'm interested to hear what Titus Hart...
She takes a very small sip of her coffee
It's literally
and
just
smiles.
stupid, dumb shit he says. Anyway.
Like, for example, his name?
Actually, officer, I didn't know his name. I just called him Lely.
Lely.
A nickname?
I guess. He came from Lelystad. It's short for that. And it was his army name, apparently. He said his real name wasn't his. I tried to pry it out of him, but it was no use.
Lelystad. That's a good start. We have a few questions you can help us with. A few things a field autopsy alone can't answer.
You can get the name from the Wild Pines rep.
The young woman cranes her neck, trying to catch a glimpse of the page the lieutenant passed to you. On it is a list of autopsy observations, recorded neatly in blue ink. The last missing pieces of a puzzle of flesh.
There's several pieces. Okay, where is Lelystad? The place, I mean.
In Oranje, officer. It's, I think municipality is the term. A nowhere town there.
Oranje? Oranje's map of waterways? This fits with his tattoo.
You were almost right, officer. That means his race was occidental, not mondial. I'll update the form.
Okay. You're both from Oranje?
Yes. We were compatriots.
Did that bring you together?
Probably.
No. He was too old for that. And from another part of Oranjenrek. I didn't even understand his accent. What brought us together wasn't Oranje. It was bad habits.
Oh, you know the habits.
Sex. Alcohol.
There's some drugs in there too, and boom. Doesn't matter what your personalities are.
Speed. Probably also sildenafil.
That little blue pill. How old was he?
He was 42.
42? Are you sure? I would have had him above 50.
Cool. Awesome. That means I have outlived them.
He had many scars that made him appear older. But no. We even celebrated his birthday, like, some weeks ago. It was a funny 2 days. He had little reason to lie to me.
We were slightly off then. Thank you for clearing it up.
Well, I guess that depends. This game came out in 2019, so that was like 4 years ago. Maybe I haven't outlived them quite yet.
A miss. The adversary one.
Swing and a miss. Okay. Eye color?
Blue. Light blue. They were like little blue galaxies, you know? It was strange, seeing those eyes in his fucked up face. Pardon the swearing. I do him an injustice. He wasn't ugly. And he had a beautiful, soft voice. Very surprising, what with all the scarring. It was quite something, watching him speak.
Women can be weird with what they're attracted.
He had a combat wound on his chin and mouth?
Yes. Severe. It made him look like half his face was cracking away in some strange smile. That and those eyes.
It's clear she was very much attracted to him, and still is.
Found him attractive?
Of course. He was the most strangely beautiful man I've ever been with. And I mean that.
She shivers slightly.
And now, he's dead. A pity.
Ah, yes. His hair, if you can remember?
It was light brown, almost blonde. He darkened it with brilliantine, made it oily. Not nice to stroke. I couldn't convince him to leave it alone.
He had a tattoo. What did it mean?
Oh, that.
It was a Orinese map of the waterways.
Sure, waterways. It was mostly for showing off to chicks, though.
Yeah, you're reading into it. It's way too much.
How? Imagine him lying in bed. Freakish musculature laid out on the sheets. Scarred, of course. Tattooed. The sheets are dirty for some reason. He's smoking and drinking, of course. And his chest and shoulders and arms are studded with stars. Tens, hundreds of them. Maybe even thousands. And the woman goes like, "What was this, baby?" And he says, "That was too hardcore. Don't ask me about that." So she goes, "Okay, but what's this, baby?" And he's like, "Saw some bat shit there. Killed some loincloths." And so it goes. Star after star, port after port, third world country after third world country. And he's done horrible things in every single one of them.
Some people are just attracted to bad boys.
Oh yeah.
So, can you tell us what these mean?
No thank you. I've seen enough of him dead. I can tell you what they meant without looking at them.
Mm-hmm.
Go on.
He spent a lot of time in bed, apparently.
He was a blue-eyed boy with thick arms, from a small town. He was also poor, and the government of Orania needed some people killed, so they turned him into a grotesque killer. For money. He went to Killer Academy in Vredefort. Then he killed some people in the Seminine Islands. And on other islands, too. All of the islands. After this, he came to Revachol and got killed himself.
Is it really called Killer Academy? Not a very fun story.
It is when you're high. It can be very exciting then. You have the tools to deal with it. It's not a very nice story to remember when you're sober. A change of topic?
Perhaps, miss, it was communism that killed him.
Is the Union communist? They're a couple of shades pinker than that, no? Social Democrats?
Social communism, seriously. Yeah, Social Democrats is probably more realistic.
They're not hardcore in that way, is what I'm trying to say. What are we talking about anyway?
I think she's just tired.
That's enough politics.
She doesn't know.
All right.
Coolly, gracefully, she pours herself more coffee.
Okay. I think that's all.
Yeah? All right, sure.
Nope.
The record.
Wait, stop. That man, bloated beyond all recognition, was 42?
Yes.
Below the damage, the weeks of decomposition, all the swollen indignity of mortality. He was 42 years old?
It was a rough 42.
How old are you? That's where this is going. 45,000 liters of raw alcohol has left its disfigurements. What lies beneath, you want? You could ask either one of them.
How old do you think I am? Oh, depends on which picture you're looking at. The textured pictures in the middle, I would have pegged them around 45. That bottom left picture, I would peg him as a very hungover 52.
Huh. How old do I think you are?
She's buying time to formulate the best answer.
I don't know. 40? I was like 9 when OO peaked. That was what, 19 years ago? I liked them when I was 9. You couldn't have liked it when you were 40. Let's say you were 20-something. 25. A good disco age. 25 plus 19 is 44. I'm
Young.
gonna say you're 44. Absolutely. Age is just a number, man.
It's more than
Yes, miss, but for him that number is 56.
Yeah, that's about right.
Wait. This requires scientific measurements.
Bring it on.
To the laboratorium.
What laboratory? Data birth generator. Okay. Let's try the door.
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
We've gone a bit stronger. Get it? Strong.
This
52.
time, something cracks inside. It is an unbelievably satisfying sound,
Nice.
filling you with a belief in your own body.
And your morale's back.
Well, sounds like this time the property damage was at least resolutive. Would it hurt to look in?
Look. Okay, whole new area. Let's go. Hang on, I'll be right back. Just a moment. Then we're gonna do this. I do have a lot more AFK screens than that, but it resumes the last one each time, and they're like 5 minutes or so long. Just record some more shorter ones. Okay, let's go.
You can almost see the shape of a man and a woman writhing inside, bathed in drug sweat and dirty linens. Bottles lie around everywhere.
Whoa. I think I can see in the last bedroom.
You can barely see through. Better not to jump to sensationalist conclusions here.
What kind of conclusions?
The footprints on the floor, however, definitely suspicious.
For footprints. That is suspicious. Especially for that nobody knows what's in here.
Boring footprints. I want to jump to sensationalist conclusions.
What are those people doing in there? What, in the bedroom? Really?
You lean closer to the peephole instinctively. I bet they're doing something quite unnatural there. sensationally unnatural.
Oh, it's very natural.
If your mesolimbic reward pathway were to venture a guess, one of the bottles is probably being put somewhere it doesn't belong.
That's probably not it. But wow, electrochemistry. Chill. Go to horny jail.
You clearly see footprints in the downy carpet of dust covering the workshop floor.
Well, maybe somebody works here.
Jackpot. These, unlike everything else here, are new.
Someone's been here.
3 weeks maximum from the dust coverage. It could easily have been 1 week too. You know, officer.
This is good. He likes it. There's a little smile there, in the dark of the workshop.
It was a stereo investigation after all. It has now converged with our main investigation, adding a new fact to consider.
It was a stereo investigation. What does this mean?
It means someone snuck through what seems like a secret route, behind our rape victim's room, in the recent weeks. This may prove to be significant.
Oh, I guess depends on when you look at this. Doesn't seem to change the text. She's not a rape victim. But anyway, let's look closer.
Large prints, most likely made by boots. The size is hard to determine. Sole could be bigger than vamp. The soles have left a pattern, uniform, horizontal lines. One person has been here. They've gone back and forth. The tips point both ways.
However, nobody has fessed up yet to the shooting. Prints look like one person went back and forth, and that person is the killer.
Between that and that.
Doesn't look like the odd-soled print we found at the hanging.
The size looks about the same, actually. They're not the same shoe, but they could be the same person.
Not the worker's boots.
No, these little horizontal lines are different. They look custom-made to me, or some kind of foreign print. Hard to say.
Everything around you is quiet. The prints crisscross the workshop floor.
Whoever has access to this room is probably the killer. Pinball machine. Pinball maker's coat. What does that do for me? What do we got? A lot of new clothes. Empathy and I-cord. No. Schematics. Tools. Parts. Windows. Taped shut. But wait, there's more. But it's all pinball stuff. Yeah. Remains of a pinball factory. White Decora pinball. Back glass shows a female figure in the morning. NB, the spare key is tied to the bush outside the corner room window. Good to know.
Over there, in the corner.
The pinball machine?
Not just any pinball machine. This is the pinnacle of pinball. Cornelius Gordy and the Mountain Goats.
Check it
It's
out.
lit. You can't wait to get your hands on it.
Him, are you seeing what I'm seeing?
The pinball machine. Gordy's Goats, a classic.
We played it.
A little.
Feels like a lot. Too much to play it again.
Take a look. Closer look.
Ah, great.
Oh, great.
Cornelius Gordy and the Mountain Goats reads the golden lettering on top of the back box. There's a small column of text underneath. The machine is coin operated. Get the game on, Fingerboy. Those flippers are ready.
Okay. Spike the playing field.
The theme of the game is to explore Gordy's climb through the perspective of goats and to ascend to the top of the mountain in a time of trouble. The peak of the mountain is at the top of the playfield. All the balls have small goat icons on them and represent the goats as they race up and down the mountain. Areas around the playfield represent Gordy's climb, places he was said to have camped, which the goats can discover.
Okay.
Get them to the summit.
Let's spend our 1 real. Is this a mini game? That'd be cool.
It takes a while to get into a rhythm, but pretty soon you're able to keep 3 goat-faced balls in play with relative ease. Go, go, finger boy.
I feel sorry for the goats. If they only knew the kind of guy old Cornelius really was.
What kind of guy was it?
The kind of a guy who uses the word savages a lot when recounting his travels. A masked nationalist.
Oh, piece of shit.
An avid huntsman too. He was often photographed in his dining hall, surrounded by wall-mounted hunting trophies from every continent.
Not cool.
He also hit his wife and kids. Other people's kids too. Sometimes pets. Hateful little man.
Very bad.
But you seem to be having fun.
I'm pretty good at this.
Your game is definitely improving. The jolly goats are flying all over the board, and although a few plummet to their deaths, you're never left with less than 3. Suddenly, a special passage leading to the summit slides open at the top of the board. This is where the balls need to go.
Aim.
Maneuvering a goat ball into a position for a perfect hit isn't easy. More fall to their deaths. But finally, the opportunity presents itself. One of them gets through.
Go.
Tiny hammer shatters something inside the machine. Something glass.
Something happened.
The words "pale rupture" light up on the speaker panel, and the machine starts filling with a thick, milky fog. Something's happening.
Congratulations. This is where the game ends. It's a cheap way of getting more money out of the players. A stupid nihilistic finale.
But they have to pop a glass capsule every
There's
time.
so much fog, you can barely see anything. Some is actually leaking out of the machine, and one by one, your goats start slipping, disappearing into the milky nothingness. This can be navigated. The balls leave almost imperceptible disruptions in the fog. Use them to calculate where they hit next. Hit the pads as fast as you can. Maximum attack. Not even a bullet can get through.
That's not the way with pinball.
You're down to your last goat, going mostly by sound. Eyes are useless at this point, but that goat is something special. 5 times you snatch him back from the jaws of death.
Here, we're going to cheat this by adding our point to reaction speed. Let's go. This is your one chance. I'm not going to do this again.
How, if you can't even see it? The last goat plummets into the fog with almost
Failure.
suicidal glee. There goes nothing, finger boy.
Oh well, you tried. Okay, so that's all there
This
is.
small elevator is dimly lit by a bulb that's been glowing for 8 smells of nougat and sweat. Your head brushes up against the ceiling. There is a control panel to your right, and just enough room for 2 people to fit in.
Sounds like the normal way is to go through it this way.
The maintenance card under the control panel reads, Last maintenance, 10th July, 88.
With the elevator controls.
There are large rectangular buttons, monter, descend, and an international call for emergency assistance. That third one appears to be broken.
Last maintenance in 88? What, isn't it like 50 now?
That it does. I say, let's brave it.
Long time ago.
At the end of the last century. Look on the bright side. If it fails, we will only sustain minor injuries. I'm talking 3, maybe 4 months in the hospital. Maximum 5.
He stands in a weird way, but he's a pretty cool dude. It's probably for the pinball machines.
Seems so, although it's pretty quaint for a freight elevator.
To be fair, pinball machines aren't that heavy. Up.
So this is where they brought 40 pinball machines to fix them up, a long time ago. The lieutenant looks around the dusty, crowded room, inspecting the tools on the shelf.
No, that's annoying. Why didn't they give it this? Why didn't they give me this the other way around? I feel like I went in the back way. Probably normal. Looks like they gave up though.
At some point, 20 years ago, 15 maybe, before pinball went out of vogue.
This used to be the pinball workshop.
Looks like it. I'm guessing Martinez North 22 used to be a pinball arcade before it became a hostel. There are machines left over.
A creak. Some dust falls off a shelf.
Downstairs in the hall, next to the main door. One of them even works. I've seen one of the artists bang away at it.
Remember the dice maker? Then that means...
Fully in rags just wants to use Delta Pinball Arcade. This is all left over.
Ah, yes, as the novelty dice makers said. This has absolutely nothing to do with the case, I'm sure. But I do like a nice little connection.
But then it went bankrupt.
So
Your skin
Rags.
crawls from making the connection.
And Rags is part of the doomed commercial area.
If that's true, then our cafeteria manager is not going to like it. We should tell him what we found up here, omitting that suspicion. He does not appear to be the kind of man who likes his establishment to be part of a neighborhood ghost story about bankruptcy.
Fair enough.
It's not a ghost story. It's a curse, and Gart ought to be made knowledgeable so he can perform counterspells.
That's right. Anything new in the prints?
You clearly
Jackpot. These, unlike everything
But someone's been here. Probably the more interesting part of it.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue.
How do we get through?
there must be a key somewhere. Probably so.
Okay. He's outside in a bush.
I was just thinking, what a nice day for questions pertaining to.
No, nice day. No, it's not. Window.
This window is
So let's deal with the window. No, don't care about the window. Let's talk to the cafeteria manager. Well, actually, let's go look for that key real quick. Never mind, let's go talk to him.
Can I help you? Another thing. Great. I love those.
Why can't I go in the kitchen?
What are you, a cook now?
Maybe I am
That's
one.
You're not. You're a menace. Fine, okay. The kitchen is closed until 1 p.m. because the real cook is working. You can snoop around after that, if you must.
Got into the back room.
Oh, okay. Well, I did hear you make noise back there, so good for you.
He's really
That's right, good for me.
himself back here.
Why don't you ask me what's back there?
Okay, what is back there?
Pinball machines.
Ha! I knew it. I've always wondered where those machines by the door came from. And they told me there was some kind of pinball thing here too. I knew it. Were there any back there? In working order, I mean. No, I was just wondering if you found pinball machines there.
Think I'll turn this into a pinball arcade?
No, but we could diversify the entertainment options.
Sorry,
Seeing as you've
that was
opened the door
terrible.
back there.
Oof.
The machine we have in the corner now is broken.
We don't like doing that on mic.
It wouldn't hurt to get a little life in here. Other than the hellish karaoke machine. That one's always causing trouble.
Sounds like he cares about the place. He's not going to be over. He should still know. You have to be forewarned about these things.
Don't care. There's a peephole in the wall.
What wall?
Upstairs, in the back room.
I'll have it fixed at once. Thank you for letting me know. I assure you, the Whirling does not abide spying on its guests.
The color has drained from his face. What a shame to fix such a good peephole.
Wait a minute. You sure you haven't been?
Absolutely not. Fuck you for even implying it. It wasn't me. It wasn't my staff. The establishment will look at it and ascertain what it was.
Sir, he was only asking a question. It's his job and mine. See that it's covered.
Indeed.
Yes, I absolutely will. Sorry, it's been a bit of... Absolutely not.
In your defense, neither do I.
Okay.
Thank
Told
you. I'll patch it up personally. Was there something else about the establishment?
Doomed.
I hope not. What? Why would you say that? We're at a completely different address from that whole...
So he knows of the doomed commercial area and its address.
I've been working here for a long time, and that intercom has never been used by the Whirling.
Never? Isn't that already a sign of decline?
It's a sign of the Whirling in Rags not being part of the doomed commercial area. If anything, we're revitalizing this neighborhood.
Relax, Mr. Gart. I'm sure there is no doom. He simply wants to share his discoveries with you.
Perhaps the Whirling will escape.
Does this look like part of a doomed commercial area? This pre-revolutionary tile work? For 14 years, man. That...
He's done a fine job too. Though he's spoken of the place dismissively before, the hostel is actually very important to him.
Who owns this place?
Some real estate management company. They never come around here, just collect money from afar. Honestly, I think some money laundering might be involved.
Hear about it, huh?
Yeah. It's slowly growing on me again. It's beautiful in its own way. Especially for this neighborhood. I've been trying to keep it that way.
That's good.
Even if it is part of the damn doomed commercial area. Yes, your police skills have delivered. I'm sure you'll get a commendation. Maybe even a promotion.
We named it Whirling in Rags.
Well, it sure as hell wasn't the real estate company.
It was you?
You look surprised. What? It's a great name, I know. Cafeteria managers come up with great names too. It's from a song.
Which song?
Hail, Holy Queen, by the Ateniers. Hail, Holy Queen of the Sea. You're whirling in rags, you're vast and you're sad.
Good pick.
So what other cafeterias?
What about them? One is a basement dive frequented by chain-smoking communists. I can't tell you how sick I am of Kraz Mazov and Ignis Nielsen and all those old ghosts.
Fair enough.
He's hesitating, not sure if he should share this information with you. Encourage him.
And the others?
The other is a kebab cart. It's very successful in its way, but it's nothing like the Whirling.
Well, good luck.
Luck has got nothing to do with it. I need to think about where I'm going to place those pin... So, if you didn't have anything else to tell me about my establishment, can we, wrap it up? Yes?
Oh, I see. I bet if you find him the key, there's like multiple ways to make him friendly to you. One is find the key to the back room, and the other one is probably steal the bird. I didn't want to steal the bird. Felt wrong even for this guy. Sound of melting snow dripping off the roof. This shit ain't nothing to Kuno. I think Kuno's part in the story is done. Also, I'll probably have to take about an hour or so intermission. There's a bush. I forget where. The bush is over here. You by the statue? Anyway, I'm gonna cut it off here. I'm probably actually gonna be back in about an hour or so, but I have some stuff to do, so I'll return soon. Thank you. Have a good moment or night.